Hi my lovelies, and welcome back to the channel. It seemed that my empties video last month went down quite well, or certainly better than I expected. It was a requested video, but a lot of you seemed to like it, so I thought I will. Sometimes you guys know if I put a video up on a Friday, it's usually a bonus video, so I thought I would pop one of those in here for those of you that may be interested in some empties and favourites, and let's get into it, shall we? So if you want to know more about me, most of my videos do have my introduction, but I'm not going to do that today because I just feel I'm repeating the same thing over and over for new followers. But if new followers are anything like me, I usually, if I find a new YouTuber, I usually go back a few videos and check out previous content. So hopefully, if you are a new subscriber, that you will do that to find out a little bit more about me. And I hate the word, you know, oh, it's your journey or it's my journey. I hate that phrase, but it is my journey. It is what it is. It is my life now. So let's crack on. I am going to start with something that isn't skincare, hair care or body care related. I think I said previously, if I have any products that I use around the house, I will include them. But I haven't got any products. But what I have got, and I do want to give a shout out to, are these coffee pods that my son gave me. These are the Amazon Nespresso compatible coffee pods. And guys, I get when I kind of say, oh, you know, I've got an espresso machine. You should see it. It is the most basic one that they do, but it was given to me by my middle daughter when I moved in here because she'd got a new one. So it has no milk frother or anything to it. It is just a very, very basic coffee machine. But you know what? That is fine by me. What I do is I put my coffee into the cup out of the machine, and then I put my milk in and I pop it in the microwave for like 30 seconds or, you know, up to a minute, depending on how quickly I want to drink it, and that works great. If you want your milk more frothy at the end of the day, you can always put it in a saucepan, but saucepans full of milk, well, you know what happens, they tend to go over very quickly. So we use the microwave. But the reason that I want to shout these out is because when my son gave them to me, I noticed the strength was number 6 and it's classed as medium. Now, I was a little bit nervous at first. I thought, oh, they're not going to be strong enough for me. I usually would buy a 9, a 10, sometimes an 11 strength, depending on what's on offer. And you guys will know that more recently I've been getting the coffee pods from Aldi because they're just £1.39. However, these at 6 are stronger than the Aldi 10. What more can I say? So these are well worth the money. And a pack like this, which gives you 20 aluminium capsules, I think when I looked it up, it was, I should have written it down. I'm always doing this, aren't I? So unorganised, but let's keep it real, you know. I think a lot of people, my friends would say I am organised, but I find with this, with YouTube, I'm always forgetting to take note of things that I should be able to tell you. But I'm pretty sure when I looked it up, there was £3.95 for 20 capsules. They're really nice. I really like them. I would 100% repurchase them, and I'm going to, without a doubt, I'm going to get some of those. I do have Amazon shopper panel rewards every month, so even if I get them out of that and just have a couple of pounds left over, then that's fine. Quite happy with that. Right, where should we start? Let's start with hair care. This time. So first of all, just bought a new one, which you would have seen, of the John Frieda Frizzies Heat Defeat Protecting Spray. Protects hair against heat styling. Now, I've always used some kind of heat protection for years. I have got my favourites. One of my favourites is the Tony and Guy, and I've got ones that I don't like, for example, Lee Stafford. But my boots got rid of a lot of hair care brands a few months back now, and I can't get the Tony and Guy one there anymore. So it's back to the old trusty John Frieda. You know, I'm not too unhappy about it. You get 150ml, which is a fairly good size. And if you saw my video on Wednesday, you would have seen that this was on offer earlier this week for £5.33, I think it was. So yeah, first empty number one. So I've got 3 Haircare empties. The next one is a super cheap. I can't remember what I paid for this, but it literally was only a couple of pounds, and it was from Poundland actually. And this is Crichton's Frizz No More Sleek and Shine Miracle Serum for frizzy hair. Now, I do have very frizzy hair. I know you wouldn't believe it. Maybe one day I'll have the guts to come on here and show you what my hair looks like when it dries naturally. I don't think you would quite believe it's my hair. Even my hairdresser couldn't believe it, because I guess in the hairdressers, when your hair's washed, they dry it quickly with a brush. They haven't got time to see how your hair dries naturally. And this has only happened to me since menopause. And I'm kind of hoping it doesn't happen to my daughters, because they've all got long hair that just hangs there. Might have a bit of a natural wave to it like mine used to, but my hair just used to hang there. Doesn't anymore. My hair is like Crystal Tips and Alistair. It's a triangle, basically, of very tight, I can't explain it, it's weird, and super frizzy. So yeah, that's why I picked that up. I like to put some kind of product through my hair. Did I find it made much difference to the frizz? No. But would I buy it again? Yes. Purely because I just feel like I like to put something through my hair. And for a couple of quid, then yeah, I thought it was going to be, you know, probably some kind of dupe of the John Frieda frizzies, which I've not tried. So that could be a better product for frizz. But yeah, I'd still buy it just because it makes me feel good. I think a bit like a skincare routine, isn't it? If you feel you're putting something in your hair, you feel like you're helping with the hydration, the frizziness, the dryness, whatever. So I would buy it again because it was super cheap. And then the final hair product, this has lasted me for so long, I can't even tell you. I think this may have been part of a beauty box at some point. Olaplex number 7 bonding oil. Again, would I buy it again? For the right price, yes, I guess I would, because I like a hair oil. Again, I've got my favourites, but yeah, I'd quite happily use the Olaplex. It's the only Olaplex product that I've ever used. I know my eldest daughter, she has used the Olaplex purple shampoo, which a lot of people, and you know I do it, I use a purple shampoo to stop the blonde highlights going brassy, because I can't have a toner on my hair. I'm kind of pretty much allergic to most things really on my head. And the Olaplex purple shampoo really made her hair quite grey in parts. So yeah, if you're looking for something to do that, then I recommend it, although I've not tried it myself. But yeah, it's the only Olaplex product that I've used, and I know that other brands, I believe Revolution might be one of them, they do dupes of Olaplex products. I think it's Revolution, but I'm sure a little mooch around Superdrug you would probably see if I am correct, or you could Google it, I'm sure it would come up. So yeah, that's another empty for the Scan to Recycle bag. Then on to body care. Finished up another Dove Pro Age with niacinamide, improves elasticity and suppleness from the first use. It's got a 20% AHA complex, which, if you don't know, means or stands for alpha hydroxy acids, which basically is an exfoliator. So I just feel it saves me having to go through that whole body scrub thing, which I do sometimes do, but usually before or after a holiday. But yeah, that kind of like helps to keep on top of that. And it's my favourite one. I use it all the time, and it was probably, I think I had one in last month's Empties as well. And then the other body care product that I have been using for some time, because this was gifted to me before Christmas. Now, this is the Strivexin Crepe Control Tightening Body Cream. Now, the reason that I've not got through this quicker than now is I have just been using it on that part of my arm, which I feel has gone a bit crepey, and I have noticed that the very top of my legs at the front have also gone a bit crepey. So that's the only places that I've used it, and I've not used it after every single shower. Strivexin is a brand that I like and I trust. It is also out of my current budget. And what happened was, one of my Instagram friends, she had the Strivexin. They do a retinol and vitamin C product together, which I really like. And I've managed to pick it up on Boots £10 Tuesday before. And she said she didn't get on with it. She put a picture of it up and said, if anyone wants it, give me a shout. Well, I must have been the first one to drop her a message, and she sent it to me. This must have been about October, November last year. And she popped some other things in the parcel, which was so kind of her. And one of those things was this, which was still in its box. And strangely enough, I saw this on Boots £10 Tuesday about a fortnight ago for 10 quid. And I think it said its normal price was £29, I believe. So it would be £29 for a 200ml tube. So I'll take my picture of that for Scan to Recycle. Then I'll probably cut it open and get a little bit more out of it. But yeah, that's where we stand with that one at the moment. We can't get anything out of it, so it's going in my Empties. So those are the two body care. Then skincare, I have got the Pray, I assume you say it like that, Prai Beauty Ageless Throat and Décolletage Cream for signs of aging on the neck and décolleté or décolletage. So this was in the Marks and Spencer's beauty box at Christmas that my friend got me. As I've said, I use everything up when it's been given to me in a beauty box, unless it's the pillar spray. Always give those to my middle daughter. She loves a pillar spray and I'm really not bothered and forget to use them. So I always give those to her. Or anything that might be for a younger skin or spots, I might give away. But other than that, I use everything. And I've had this before in beauty boxes. Would I buy it again, even if I had the budget? No, I wouldn't. I don't think it makes much difference. What does it say? It's too small to read it. Seplift technology, hyaluronic acid and squalane. Well, we know that hyaluronic acid and squalane are really good moisturising and hydrating ingredients in skincare of any form. But to pay for a particular cream for the throat and neck, I mean, at the end of the day, it hasn't taken away my double chin, has it? So is it really worth the money to me? No. It's probably quite spenny, and yeah, just use your normal moisturiser. You know, take everything to the, go right the way down, because I've had a good skincare routine since mid-20s, I would say. Although back then it was just cleanse, tone, moisturise. There weren't so many serums and things around then, or targeted ingredients for certain skincare concerns back in the day. But I mean, probably Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair was probably really the first big breakthrough in that kind of thing. But I digress as usual. But yeah, I wish I'd taken more care of the skin here. But you know, it's never too late to start, guys. Just use your normal moisturiser. No need for a designated product, I don't think. So that's that one. And then I've got another product which was in the Boots Mother's Day box that my children bought as part of they tend to get me quite a few things. They all club in together. And this Origins Drink Up Intensive was in the Boots Mother's Day box. And this says Overnight Hydrating Mask. And I must admit, for that little tube, which I can't read how much it is in there. Oh, it's on the front there. Oh my God. One fluid ounce. Oh, 30 mil. Got there in the end, 30 mil. That doesn't look like 30 mil, does it? No, it is 30 mil. I felt like this lasted for ages and ages. But if there's 30 mil in that little tube, that's why it has lasted quite some time. But yeah, again, do you need a special, you know, drink up intensive sleeping, I've said this before, sleeping masks or, I can't read it, hydrating masks, overnight hydrating masks. Do you need anything specific like that? Not really. You'll often find if you use a day cream and that same brand has got a night cream, you'll normally find that the night cream will be a little bit richer because you're not going to be and thicker, you're not going to be putting makeup on top of it. So the formulation might be slightly different, and it may have, you know, extra ingredients in it. Your daytime one might have a low dose SPF in it, your nighttime one won't need that, and you might have something else. But again, if you're on a budget, I don't believe you need to be buying special overnight masks or sleeping creams. But of course, if you're buying a £1.49 moisturiser from Aldi, Q10, which is more than adequate, they also do a night cream. Just use a night cream, guys, if you haven't got the budget. At £1.49 for Aldi, you can't go wrong with those products. Honestly, you can't. I just love to try other things, and I love my beauty boxes. So there you go. Last two items are makeup items. So the first one I have, this has been knocking around in one of my handbags for God knows how long. Certainly from before I moved it in here. And I found it in a handbag and I went to put it on, and it doesn't smell funny, even though it's old. It's definitely given up the ghost. Oh, I can kind of get a little bit off actually. But yeah, I've had this particular colour. I think it was called Lip Magnet by Giorgio Armani. I think they may have changed the packaging now. It might be a longer, thinner tube. And this is, oh my God, I should have written all of this down, shouldn't I? Because I can't read that at all. I think it's, no, that's upside down. I don't know, but I don't think they do that colour anymore. And that was a perfect daytime colour, but I didn't used to wear it every day because it was quite spenny. I would wear it more if I was going out for the day, and just stick with my L'Oreal daytime one during the day. But I do really like that colour. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that is 508. I am going to look it up when I'm off of here, just to be sure if they do still do it or not. But yeah, I really like that. And it was fairly long wearing as well. And you know, when I did that skincare video back at the end of April, and I'm sure in that one, oh yeah, because I was showing cutting up things and getting the lip brush, because I said to you guys, didn't I, there's always, you know, there can be a quarter up to a third of lipstick in the actual bullet. Do you know I still haven't run out of that L'Oreal lip product? from the end of April, and I said in that video I had already been using a lip brush with that for about a fortnight before I made that video at the end of April, and that is still going strong. I reckon I've still got another couple of days in that easy. Unbelievable how much using a lip brush, and I only put it on once a day, I know, but yeah, basically I've had the whole of May, the whole of June, we're now into July, and I've still got product in that, and then yeah, from mid-April. So unbelievable. Get yourself a lip brush. I paid £3 for that Boots one. It might be a little bit more now because I've had that a couple of years, but yeah, Giorgio Armani, yeah, I do like their products. So if I had the money, I probably would repurchase that. And who knows, if I do find it in that colour, that'll be something for this year's birthday and Christmas list. And then my final item is a foundation, a small pot. So again, I'm not sure where or how I got this. And this is by a very, very expensive brand. I don't know if you can see on the top there. This is by Claire de Peau, which is for the rich, basically. Would I buy this even if I had the money? No. The writing is too small on the bottom. Even with my glasses on, I would not stand a chance of being able to tell you what kind of foundation that is. But I prefer something runny. I'm all about the texture, really, for me. So a cream foundation in a pot is just not my vibe. It was perfectly adequate. It was quite pale, but I did find it kind of adjusted to my skin tone. Whereas I looked like a ghost when I first put it on. Within half an hour, I just looked like me, so that was fine. Again, I use everything, even if it's just indoors and I'm not going out. But yeah, so we've used that up. Extremely expensive. They do, Claire de Peau do a serum, and it is literally called Le Serum, L-E, Le Serum. Unfortunately, my French is about as good as those who used to be on Allo Allo. Yeah, I'm literally as bad as the policeman. So we won't go there, but it is called Le Serum. And I had a sample of that, which I took on holiday with me last September. And I really liked that serum. Yeah, that's a dream. I couldn't even put that on the Christmas or birthday list. The kids would be like, hang on, mother, you don't usually put anything on there that's over 50 quid. Although I could say, I really want this and happy for some of you to club together. I could do that, couldn't I? But it was really nice. But it would spoil me, I'm sure, even if I had a bottle for Christmas, because I'd be wanting it thereafter. So yeah, probably most people watching this channel are not going to be going out and buying a Claire de Peau foundation or serum. So yeah, we're I'd love to throw it somewhere, but it's glass. We won't go there. So that is all the empties that I have for you from the month of June. And they will all find their way into my Boots Scan to Recycle carrier bag. I can't recycle things quick enough, guys. If you saw the carrier bag that is full of toothpaste tubes, wet toilet wipes, cotton wool bags, because all of that, you can do Scan to Recycle with all of those things. And if you're still of an age where you're buying sanitary products, the plastic bags that towels come in, you can recycle those on Boots Scan to Recycle. So it's not just about, you know, tubes or glass pots and things like that, you know. It's yeah, there's so many other things that you can do. It's great. But yeah, because I don't spend money unless I have to, unless there are things that I need from Boots. So I tend to only really do the Scan to Recycle, you know, once a month really. And And that also doesn't build up my airtime rewards very quickly, because my bank card is also linked to airtime rewards, and Boots is one of their retailers. So I get sort of cash back on that as well as I shop passively without even knowing it. But it's never a great deal. I think I've got about 60p to come on the Boots shop that I've just done, that you would have seen in Wednesday's video. But it's money for free, isn't it? So it doesn't hurt to have these apps and things to make you a little bit of extra money. So there you go, guys. That is my empties for June. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. Obviously, this is just a new video that's been slotted in monthly, but we usually talk about money in some way, shape or form, budgeting, sinking funds, food shopping and the cost of it, and some meal planning and recipes thrown in along the way. So if that sounds like your vibe, then jump on board, click the subscribe button, click on for all notifications. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me massively. So yeah, I think that is it from me. But I would love to know, what favourite products have you been using? What have you been using that you would repurchase? Have you got any favourite budget friendly buys? Because we all obviously, I read the comments and I know that other people read them too, so it's always good to have your recommendations, and I love to hear from you. So take good care, have a great Friday. I will see you on Sunday with the June month-end roundup part 2, where I go through money that I've made, free stuff, and whatever other, no, honestly, excuse my English, and any other financial and money news I may have for you. I will see you then, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.